Let's talk about Super Mario RPG Armageddon.
It's a ROM hack. Your experience with a ROM hack, it's a ROM hack. It's not even the least official.
Okay, fair. But, it's been a while since I played it, and, I haven't really made a video on other than that one time I did a long time ago.
Alan.
And, decided to make one. Why not? Because just why not? Why not talk about it for a little bit? Talk about why my experience with Super Mario RPG Armageddon is quite messy, in my opinion, it's very messy. Like, my experience with that game is messy. Because I have played Super Mario RPG Armageddon so many fucking times, like, over the years, the many years I was a fan of Super Mario RPG. And I want to talk about, like, the game in its entirety and why I prefer, like, the original or the remake over Armageddon, even with everything it adds, right? And let me just share it on Discord before we really get into it. Anyways, so I remember when I was playing Super Mario RPG Armageddon, or Super Mario RPG just in general, I remember, like, after beating Kulix, and this is way before the remake came out, I remember I was sitting there kind of like, I can't remember if I was really satisfied with Super Mario RPG as a video game. Like, I loved it as a video game, and I was like, dude, I love this. I love the cool, like, secret boss fight and everything, but I want more, Super Mario RPG. Don't get me wrong, Thousand Year Door, the M&L games, those games are phenomenal / fantastic games. But as you guys know, Super Mario RPG is, like, my favorite RPG out of, like, the rest of the group, right? So when I play, Super Mario RPG, and got into it, and after I beat it and I wanted more, I go around on the internet, scavenger hunting for ROM hacks or something for Super Mario RPG, right? That because I want that. I want that something. Sid Hearth, how you doing? Welcome to stream. Talk about a ROM hack, a Super Mario RPG ROM hack. Sarthak Kailtil? My bad for pronouncing your name wrong too, but welcome to stream. But I'm just talking about Super Mario RPG Armageddon. One Piece fan? Yeah, I like One Piece. It's pretty cool. But we're not here talking about that right now. But anyways, I digress, right? So I found Super Mario RPG Armageddon on ROM hacks. I think it was romhacking.com or something .net, and I was like, no way. A Super Mario RPG experience, like the original Super Mario RPG, but it's even more. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. So I remember I installed the game, and basically, if you take it like this, right? Think about it like this. Super Mario RPG Armageddon is basically a ROM hack of Super Mario RPG where it takes Super Mario RPG but adds more to it. That's literally what it does, right? And basically, I'm talking, we add new spells, new spells. I think the level cap for characters have increased from 30 to either 50 or 100. Tons and tons more secret bosses. Like, you got secret bosses from the Final Fantasy series. You got secret bosses from the Persona series in here. You got secret bosses from, like, Final Fantasy VII with the Emerald Weapon and, I can't remember. Yeah, the Emerald Weapon and then some. And I think it was, like, Elizabeth from Persona 4 or something like that. You got like tons of them, like secret. I think one of them was Terra from Final Fantasy VI as like making a cameo appearance, like in the main story of the game. It's so much shit that I remember. I felt like when playing Super Mario RPG Armageddon for the first time, I felt so overwhelmed with like new things that I had to do that I remember I think I either quit because of how many new things kept coming my way. By the way, Tim Burners, welcome to stream, by the way. Yeah, that's out of my mouth. Yeah, it's in my mouth. But I remember, I think I have, 1 or 2 streams on Super Mario RPG Armageddon on this channel. And I remember just going after the secret bosses, using, Mario's new techniques, or Bowser's new techniques, or Geno's new techniques. And it was some of the coolest shit that I've seen Super Mario RPG do. Like, just in general. I loved Armageddon, but I remember at points, I felt like Armageddon, even with the normal difficulty of Armageddon, this game, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this, Super Mario RPG Armageddon is way harder than the original Super Mario RPG. I remember I threw like my old pair of headphones, like my little ear pods, I threw them across the room and they fucking broke because I was getting pissed at the XM Rangers fight because it was taking me so many hours to beat that. And then I remember I played the game again after uninstalling it and deleting it and getting it off my fucking device. I rage quit on Boomer, the fucking samurai dude you fight before you fight Exor and shit. I remember when I fought that dude, and he was beating my ass so bad that I fucking rage quit Armageddon through another pair of headphones and just screaming my ass off in my head. Like, dude, this is so damn hard. And keep this in mind, this is the normal difficulty, right, of Super Mario RPG Armageddon. This isn't like the hard mode that they also have a ROM for out there, where enemies are even harder, like the base game's even harder than normal mode Armageddon. And I was just like, dude, this game's kicking my ass on normal mode, bro. Hey. I'm getting my ass beat so many times, man. Like, I don't think this game is worth it. Like, and that's why I say my experiences are fucking messy, because I remember I never really ended up I think I beat the game, like I made it past Boomer, and then with some miracle I beat Smithy, I think it was. And by the way, keep in mind, in this Super Mario RPG Armageddon game, everything is changed. Like I said, stats are changed, abilities are changed, the damage output, like base game bosses do, or even post game bosses do to you, is completely fucking different. Like, characters have holy magic, you have elixirs from Final Fantasy. Like I said, you got like fucking everything. And by the way, also other Super Mario RPG ROM hacks do this type of stuff too. For example, they add different post game content. For some reason, they like to get rid of Kulex and completely swap him with somebody else, which in my opinion, I'm like, they should have kept him as like maybe like the weakest secret boss and then had everybody else on top of that. But I get it, to save ROM space. I'm not a ROM hacker. I can't really go into games and fucking, ROM them and change them up and swap them up and do all that shit. By the way, another thing that Armageddon liked to do, they actually threw in Daisy and Luigi into the game, and actually, they didn't make them playable, but they're like characters around the world. I remember in Armageddon, like Luigi would always give you information on what the boss's weaknesses are and all that other sort of shit, which was actually really cool. I really like that. I like that a lot. And Daisy would help you throughout the story mode and give you certain items and all that other sort of shit, which was amazing, by the way. I love those. I love that inclusion and shit. And there's also, I noticed in Armageddon, if I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of fucking Pokemon. Like, I remember like going through the main game and I was sitting here wondering, I was like, what is this giant fucking whale underwater? And it's like a Pokemon monster. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why is there so much Pokemon? Like, don't get me wrong, I love what Armageddon decided to do with its post-game and add so many bosses from different video game franchises, but this is my ideal Super Mario RPG, right? My ideal Super Mario RPG experience is take what the remake did, or even the base game did, right, for its base roster, and just add more characters from those respective franchises. For example, like, a secret boss could be fucking Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong comes in swinging in, beating the shit out of you. He does like 200 damage per punch. You have to try to defend yourself against his attacks or whatever. I don't know, just something like interesting, like something that actually catches my attention. I feel like whenever Armageddon did its post-game content, I was interested, but then I was also like not interested at the same time, because keep this in mind, right? I'm playing Mario with Final Fantasy elements in it. I expect Final Fantasy secret bosses, you know what I mean? Like, I was thinking I was about to fight Sephiroth. I was thinking I was about to fight Cloud Strife. I'm sitting here thinking I'm about to have the Mario cast whoop so much ass, like, against Final Fantasy characters or vice versa, Mario characters. For example, like Dark Bowser. I would have loved to have seen Dark Bowser in Armageddon. Let me know if he is in Armageddon, because I know Armageddon and other Super Mario RPG ROM hacks do get updated like on a regular basis and shit. So like, things could be changed, and this experience could my experience could be fucking totally redone. I'll make like a re-experience if I ever come back. But I could even say like for Super Luigi's RPG Star Powered, like that game, I'll make a whole separate video for that one. But just to say, like being back on that one, it kind of feels better than this game, in my opinion, because I feel like it handles the changes, like the stat changes and the boss fights a lot better than I feel like Super Mario Armageddon does. Because don't get me wrong, I appreciate Armageddon being a harder game than the original experience, but in my honest opinion, I actually prefer the original Super Mario RPG difficulty, because I felt like that game was difficult enough for me as it is. Like, just to be real, it does get difficult for me, but since I'm already used to everything in Super Mario RPG, it's kind of a breeze. And I'm not trying to say that I hate challenge, but, well, I do a lot. A lot of the time I do hate, like, a lot of challenge. But at the same time, I like challenge, but I like it when it, like, has, like, a growing thing to it. Like, it gets harder and harder, but, like, not, like, ridiculously harder and harder, like how Super Mario RPG Armageddon made me feel, like, in the past with some of its, base game battles. Like, I was like, bro, why is Boomer 1,000 times more difficult than the X-Ham fucking Rangers, for fuck's sake? Why is he more difficult than them? I mean, I get it, he's after, so of course, a boss after the previous one's gonna be more difficult, but it's like, I'm talking, like, not just 2 times more difficult or 3 times more difficult. I'm talking, he feels like a fucking Kaioken multiplier, like, times 10. It feels like a times 10 Kaioken just came in and whammed me in the fucking face. That's how it felt like fighting Boomer. And Smithy was fucking annoying in Armageddon. Oh my god. I remember, I think, having like a lot of Royal Guard, like a lot of items being used. Like, I think Royal Guard items to help protect me, to make sure I don't take damage for certain turns. And Smithy just kept berating the fuck out of me. I remember being more afraid in Smithy in this game than I was in the original game. I mean, in the original Super Mario RPG, I was afraid of Smithy. Smithy was fucking cool. He was powerful. But I was so much more afraid of him in Armageddon, which is a cool little nod, because it's like, damn, I kind of want to make Smithy, like, really difficult as a boss. And I still can't believe I beat him in Armageddon. But I remember feeling so satisfied after beating him in Armageddon. I felt like I was fucking done with the game. I think I was done with the game. And then I tried doing, like, some of the post-game bosses, like the Shy Guy Generals or whatever. And I know Armageddon, like, still has tons of content that I didn't get to explore. But again, in my opinion, I felt like this Super Mario RPG ROM hack was, like, way too difficult for me. And I feel like, if they ever add, like, maybe like an easy mode, or like kind of like an easy/breezy mode to it or something. And I know that is asking way too much, in comparison to usual, but it's like, this is just how I feel in terms of, like, Armageddon. If you asked me to rank how I would rank, like, Super Mario, the original RPG from 97, 19, whatever, Armageddon and Remake, it would kind of go like this, right? Armageddon would be kind of dead last. Don't get me wrong, with all of its good content, it's an amazing fucking game. It's awesome. But, I don't know, to me, like, the boss battles were getting harder and harder. I was hulking out, like, looking like a goddamn Hulk character or something. I didn't really enjoy, like, I enjoyed my time, but it was, like, 25% enjoying my time, and, like, 45%, like, suffering, or, like, not enjoying my time, or being confused about where to go, where is the secret boss. Because I remember, I think in those videos I had, like, Louis look them up or something, but, like, look up a lot of things for me, and I remember Louis was probably looking at me, like, fucking annoyed. But anyways, I digress, right? It would be, like, actually, if you want me to throw Luigi Star Power in here, I would say Armageddon would be last, mainly due to difficulty and how annoyed I am at it, but I am grateful that it has all the content. The original Super Mario RPG from the 1990s, Super Luigi RPG Star Powered would be right after the base game, because I'm enjoying that a little bit more than the original because of different enemy placements so far and all that other sort of stuff, right? So that's a ROM hack, by the way, the ROM hack. After that, I would probably put the remake. Now, Super Luigi RPG Star Powered with its endgame content, since I haven't made it there yet in a long time, because keep in mind, I played like V5 or V4, So, like, in its very early stages, not like version 7 that we have, like, right now for the current version of Super Luigi RPG Star Powered. So that's why I'm saying it's, like, second, like, place. And then right now, like, my favorite version of Super Mario RPG so far is, like, the remake, because it does everything the original that I liked more than Armageddon, which this is about Armageddon right now. RPG Armageddon does what I wanted Armageddon to do, but it doesn't make the super bosses, like, so bad to the point, like, I'm not really enjoying my time. The only time I would say RPG Remake ever did that for me, and I explained this multiple times, is Cool X 3D. Like, getting around every 5 turns, like, that fucking insta-kill move is fucking annoying, unless you get rid of the crystals. Then he can only target one person with the insta-kill little crystal shits. But other than that, I would say still, like, right now, the remake of Super Mario RPG is still, like, my favorite way to play it. Over Armageddon. And again, again, if you do enjoy Armageddon more than the base version of the game, that's fine. I'm not trying to say you're wrong, but I'm just saying, like, for me personally, I loved how Super Mario RPG, like, a big reason why Super Mario RPG and I stuck was because, you know, it was an RPG that wasn't too hard, you know, that I could easily sink many hours into, enjoy the music, enjoy the battles, and not be, like, fucking tensed up 24/7 like I was in, like, Brothership, or like I was, you know, when playing, other Mario RPGs. That's why Super Mario RPG, the original, stuck with me so much, is because it was a nice comfort RPG. It's not like your super serious RPG where it's like FF7, you know, with Final Form Sephiroth or whatever, but I digress. Again, Super Mario RPG Armageddon is not a bad ROM hack. I actually highly recommend everyone in this stream go check that shit out. It is amazing with its post-game content, you know. Also, them adding Rosalina, that shit was amazing, and tons of bosses, not even just from Final Fantasy, but from the Super Mario franchise, Pokemon, Persona, and probably other franchise I couldn't even list in this video because I didn't make it to that point. But yeah, again, great ROM hack. I rate it maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10, if I had to say. But yeah, I digress. That's like my many kind of messy experiences with RPG Armageddon. I could just, like, never, like, fully finish it. Or I could, like, I finished it, but I finished the base shit of it, and it's like I could just never really fully enjoy it like I could with, you know, the original game or the remake. And it's like, fuck, I wish I could, you know, do that stuff, you know? I mean, but then again, you know, like I mentioned in my re-experience with Remake RPG, I mean, Cool X is a massive pain in my dick. Like, Cool X 3D is a massive pain in my dick all the time. But other than him, I think almost all the other secret bosses in Mario RPG Remake, I mean, let's be real. If we're comparing Armageddon's secret bosses to remakes, Armageddon throws it out of the fucking water in terms of creativity and what the hell they're able to bring. Just to be fucking honest, if I had to, like, compare the two, but I'm just saying, like, I still prefer, like, Remake because of just how much easier it is in comparison to, like, Armageddon. Anyways, I digress. Guys, like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share the video with your friends. I'm gonna probably do, like, another review right after this, probably, like, on, like, Iron Man 2, or Hulk or something. I'm not sure. I just want to get some, like, my experience out of the way, since go check out the Julie B.